complete. This thing has been such a journey, such a fun project, and I think it turned out amazing. So now let's go through a quick rundown of all of its specs. Starting at the headstock, we got a matching finish with roller string trees and locking tuners. As we move down the neck, we got these pearloid inlays in a mystery wood fretboard, but I have a very nice Danish oil finish on the back of the neck. Now this is the nut that came with this eBay neck, and originally in my video about the neck I said that it did not look like a bone nut. I thought it was a plastic nut, but when I took it off to do some work on it, I'm surprised. I think this is actually a real bone nut. The way my files were working with it, that's definitely not plastic. This neck feels so smooth, it just plays super well. All of the thread edges are perfectly smooth. Now as for the body, just look at that sparkle finish. I'm trying to get it in the light so you can see how much that glitter just moves. Every single can of paint I used on this was Rust-Oleum, so I only spent about $20 or $30 on this paint job, and I think it turned out fantastic. Now this body is made of pine with an oak top, and as you can see I left natural binding. Personally, I actually prefer natural binding over cream binding. I think cream binding just looks a little bit tacky sometimes, but this, with this wood grain, it looks fantastic. I gave this thing a nice round heel with this metal plate that is curved to fit the contour, and it's just perfect. Your hand just slides right in there like a glove, and you can play up there all day long. Of course, I went with strap locks, although on this guitar they might be kind of unnecessary because this thing only weighs 6 pounds. The body is fully chambered out with just a center block down the middle, so it's incredibly light, but there's just one big flaw about this. Neck dive. Now personally in a guitar that's a huge deal breaker for me, so I'm not sure if I will enjoy playing this guitar that much standing up, but sitting down it feels perfect. It just fits right there, it's really comfortable. This edge is a little harsh, but you know, you get used to it. I have this triangular F-hole here because I don't really have the tools to make a regular F-hole, and I think it looks great, it looks unique. It's definitely a different design. Now this hardware is all just basic chrome hardware, but you can see here I got 5 switches. Now another thing you might notice is I got a humbucker in the bridge. This is a typical Tele style bridge with the big plate mounting the humbucker directly to it, and I do have a typical Tele style single coil in the neck. Now one thing that I wanted to do with this guitar was I wanted to make this guitar my guitar. So this is my dream guitar. Everything about this is to my specifications, how I would want it. So there's a few things on here that a bunch of you are gonna hate. Firstly, this neck pickup, I decided to offset it about half a pole piece. So the pole pieces are actually between the strings. Now the reason I did this is because I like my neck pickup to be a little lower output, very warm, and I really hate the low E string just ringing out like that. So what this does is it gives it a slightly better balance without having to have a pickup with staggered pole pieces, because of course the Tele style neck pickup, you can't do that. Now as for the bridge, this is a super high output Alnico 5 humbucker. This thing really screams, it's loud, it's aggressive, and I just love the attack you get from a pick. And believe it or not, this thing was only about 20 bucks I think. Some people spend hundreds of dollars on pickups, but I got the tone I wanted from these pickups, which the whole set was probably about 40 bucks. So I'm really happy with how they turned out. They're Alnico 5, of course, really bright and shiny. Now originally in my design, I might throw up a picture right here, you can see I only had 3 switches. Originally I was going to do an on and off switch for each pickup, and then a series and parallel switch for the 2 pickups. But I went a little insane and I decided, why don't I add 2 more switches? So to keep it simple, this is a coil split switch for this pickup. This is a series and parallel switch for this pickup. This is an on and off switch for this pickup. This is a series and parallel switch for both pickups. And this is an on and off switch for this pickup. So this thing has a huge amount of tonal possibilities. Of course, volume, tone, you can do pretty much anything with this. Now in this video I'm not going to go too in detail of all the different tonal possibilities, so let's say 100 likes and I'll make a different video for that. Now a bunch of haters are probably going to say stuff like, oh, how come you went so cheap on stuff like the pickups or the paint job? Well, to be honest, I'm not a guitar builder, I'm a guitarist, and I have a tight budget. Of course, I'm just a kid, I don't have a job, I don't have any source of income. In total, for this entire guitar, I only spent $250. Yes, you heard that right. I spent the price of a Squier Affinity Telecaster to build this highly spec'd out Super Tele. I don't have a bandsaw, I don't have a planer, I don't have any of these fancy tools. So this build was not only fun to make, but it was really affordable. You can build this guitar. I will put a link in the description to the entire parts list if you want to build a guitar just like this. Now, of course, you probably heard that demo track in the beginning of this video. Every single guitar part on that was recorded on this guitar, so you can already tell it sounds pretty good. And as Ben Crow said in his video, he's a guitar builder, not a guitarist. Well, I'm the other way around. I'm a guitarist, not a guitar builder. So let's listen to this thing. Thank you all so much for watching, and thank you all for the support. I could not be doing this without you guys. This has been such a fun project. I hope we can do more great things like this in the future. Maybe I'll compete in it next year. Who knows? If you want to see me win this competition, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Instagram. I'll put a link to that in the description. And as I said before, 100 likes on this video, and I'll do an in-depth tone demo of every single possible pickup combination. That's all I have to say. So thanks for watching, and I'm out.